In Willow, based on the movie of the same name, our heroes must protect the baby Elora Danon from the evil queen Bavmorda. The gameplay recreates all the drama and excitement of the action-filled motion picture as Willow Ufgood and Mad Mardigan attempt to bring the child to safety.
You have much to learn, young Ufgood.
So check out this old magazine article I found. What is this? This is Computer Video Games of 1989 when the game came out. Look at this relic. This is a British. Notice, for anybody who's familiar with the game, there's no pictures past stage 2, the cart ride, the top middle. I think that's pretty telling. You never made it past stage 2, did you? Hello, and welcome to a Deathless, hardest difficulty 1cc of Willow the arcade game. This one clips along pretty fast, so I'll try to keep up. You play as both Willow and Mad Mardigan in this game. You start off as Willow here in the first stage. Basic mechanics are, for Willow, he has a ranged attack, it's his magic acorns, and a jump, a slide, and a charge shot. Also a super jump. By holding an up or an up diagonal and pressing jump, you can jump higher. Most of this kit is shared with Mad Mardigan also. So here I just picked up a secret brownie in the trees there. This is, I believe it's supposed to be Rule from the movie, which I hadn't actually seen until last week. So cool movie, that one. So what I'm going to do here is farm as much gold as I can. Each one of these caves releases 3 of these devil dogs, so I always clear them out. This guy on top here. Oh, I guess I'm going to go get the chest and get him on the way back. Maybe I'll forget. Maybe I didn't care. Yeah, I forgot and left him there. Okay, well, that's fine. So I needed 850 here so that I can buy this moonlight magic. The shop system, every time you buy something, it increases in price, except for the upgrades, which are a one-time thing. And then the next shop you visit will be an additional upgrade for a higher price. So you want to try and conserve your health and not buy like healing potions if you can help it, and try not to buy shields and things like that until later in the game when you really need them and your power curve's a little more balanced. This game kind of has like a, I guess I'd say like an S curve as far as difficulty. It starts really steep, especially to the end of stage 2. That's like this game's get off the cab moment. And then your power curve takes over and you just steamroll through the rest of the game. So even on the hardest dips, which is what this is. Okay, so we're gonna come up on the boss here. I love this laugh. It's so good. The sound effects in this game in general, just fantastic. So he's gonna uber size this this devil dog here. As we just have to figure out where to duck or jump to avoid the flames. He goes down pretty quick. And then every boss spits out a bunch of coins when they die. And so it's kind of like a little mini positioning game to try to figure out how to make sure you get all the coins, because they give you a very small window. So here we are at the crossroads, freeing Mad Mardigan. Here's the best teeth in the business right here. You don't get any better than that. All right, so now second stage, you play as Marty. This first section is just going through, I don't know what it was in the movie. Was it a bar? Was it a brothel? Was it a combination of the two? But that's what this is supposed to be. If I'm thinking about it, I'll throw in some comparison clips like I did with my Shadow of the Ninja video, just to show like okay, this is the scenes in the movie that they were pulling from. In case somebody hasn't seen the movie or doesn't remember, it's been too long, or some other reason. But here, I was just waiting for this guy to shoot. I was just laughing at him, like, all right, I guess I'll just go. Like, he had a clear shot and he wouldn't take it for some reason. I'm gonna get this guy on the upper floor before I go into the shop, just so I don't have to deal with him later. So Mad Mardigan, of course, as you've noticed, is all melee sword attacks. So I'm going to grab the ring here for 2 points of shield. This is his charges works the same as Willow. His super jump works the same as Willow. His slide works the same as Willow. These motherfuckers right here see me laughing and shaking my head at them. They checkmate me every time. If I jump up there, one's either getting ready to fire or the other one's already firing. I just can't tell it right. Anyway. God. They frustrate me. So here we are. We jump out onto the back of the escape wagon, and this is just like, this is all a positioning and priority game. These archers will try to outrange you and fire, so you got to try to take advantage of their initial trip onto the screen towards the cart and take them out as fast as possible, because if they back up, they're a pain in the ass. If you get one on both sides of you, always go for the right one over the left one, because a full charge shot can hit it from the side of the screen. Whereas the one on the left could outdistance you. And all of the gold farm in this level is pretty much coming from these birds trying to drop rocks on my head. So I'm battling for space here while trying to take out all these birds, so and get my gold economy up for the next stage. And this is a ton of fun. This has got to be this is the wall. I found a magazine. I'll put a clip of it in the beginning if I remember. But I was reading the review, and the guy's like, whoever wrote it was like, oh yeah, it's this and this and this, and you do this cart stage, and then they say, and so it goes. And they got really vague on the details after stage 2. I'm like, you motherfuckers never made it past the wagon ride, just like everybody else, I'm sure. But so there you go. That's the biggest hurdle of the game. There's a little bit of dealing with learning enemy patterns and just some light practice. I went from never really playing this game, clearing it for the first time in 3 days. So I mean, this is a great one to just learn. If you're just trying to get a feel for how arcade games work, it doesn't matter the genre. So here I took a life upgrade, which is the fairy. My next spell upgrade, which is tornado magic, or wind magic. And so here we're spacing out these bombs. They don't hurt you while they're in the air. You can jump through them, but the shrapnel and their explosion hurt real bad. So here I got lucky, and I just barely jumped past that one. I apologize if I'm all over the place and I don't have enough time to explain. There's so much about this game I would love to talk about. Here's another hiding spot for Rule. I have suspicions that Rule may affect other things about the gameplay, like maybe enemy behavior. In particular, the mid-boss in Stage 4 I have seen behave rather strangely depending on whether I have Rule or not. I don't know if I'm just imagining things, but could very well be. So obviously I'm just farming gold here. This is a great spot to do it. And they only spawn for so long. Eventually they will stop spawning. So what I was going for is 10k. We have that now, so I'm going to move on. And it's just like, you'll notice that they just stop coming. It's like they knew that you needed about this much. This guy you just have to jump over, which I do a terrible job of this first shot here. Jump over his whip. This guy reminds me of the player from Black Tiger, and that's a Capcom game too. I wonder if this is a direct reference to that. Sergeant Claw, I think I heard somebody call him. I'll have to look into it. So I've just been reading bits and pieces and learning as I go. Probably cleared. See, this was my 4th hardest clear. 4th time through. So, I mean, once you do it a couple times, you can consistently do it. This isn't like a shmup where the high octane variables at the end stages are going to be a beast for a while until you get some practice in. So here we just got the lightning magic, which basically one-shots most enemies. So I just duck in this boat and let them have it. Most enemies, most weak enemies, I should say. There's a lot that don't just die, and it doesn't kill bosses outright. It does do some damage though. So I'll try and pick up some gold. The fish drop random amounts. I think highest value is 200, and you always get double whatever they drop. Like there's a 400, 200 times 2. They can get really out of hand though. So here we are coming up on the boss. This guy is a new addition. He was not in the story, not in the movie. I think, as far as I can tell, he's just called the Wizard. And you just do this little back and forth dance with him. He has these fire dragons he shoots out. And you can destroy them with the lightning bolt. I'm going to do it right here. Like before he could even really release him, I was already on him. This was a really strong fight. He didn't really get a chance to do much. Another great audio tidbit is that guy's death scream. Finn Rizal from the movie here. Then we switch back over to Marty. We're going to invade Sorsha's camp. Because Willow's been kidnapped, apparently. So here's the bomb guys again from stage 3. They're a little bit more of a pain here. You notice I can jump right through the bomb. It's just the blast on the ground that's going to be a problem. And notice that bomb rolled downhill, which is also a factor in this stage. They don't do it too much, and I've gotten pretty good at trying to handle them as fast as possible so that I can contend with other things in stages like these hawks coming in from behind, and the snowballs, and eventually archers till we get to the top here. Game does a really good job of keeping thematic sections brief and changing things up. This stage especially, we're about to go into a cave. So here I'm like, I need at least 6,000 for the next shop for the next sword upgrade, so I'm not going to buy anything else here. And to be honest, I don't really need to. I've already got plenty of health for what's coming up here. Check to see if we get any money out of that. Not really. So sometimes Rule spawns right here. Not this time, though. And I think, and both times it's happened to me, and he's been with me, this dragon has gone ballistic immediately. Like he did, like with like little to no delay between attacks, and it caught me completely off guard. I don't know if there's something to that or not. It would be cool if there was. Anyway, the idea is pretty simple here. You just outrange the flames and get your shots in when you can. The slide comes in handy here. If you get caught out, you can slide to safety. Totally turned around too fast there. Like that, just in case you need a couple extra inches, you know, you can get them real quick. It's a good way to close the gap on an enemy too. Like this dragon is not in the movie. I guess his name is Matanda, and I believe it's in the NES game also, though I've never played it. Something I should probably do at this point. We're gonna make our climb up here. I'm gonna be careful to make sure I get all these bats, because if they wake up, they get hairy. Cause a lot of problems. I'm just gonna go all the way up, get everything right before the last ledge, and then I'm gonna try and make this 1 frame, 2 frame maybe jump here. Got it first try this time. And then just drop into the shop. So here it'll be sword and as much shield as I can get without using... Oh, I don't even have access to the final bracer, so that's fine. And just one more small climb and we'll be in the camp. Here, because I'm low on gold from buying all that, I'm going to actually farm these spear guys for cash for the next stage. Because Willow's going to need this money for upgrades. And it's just, they kind of back, the enemy AI is fairly straightforward here. It does try to kind of back up and space you a little bit. And the hitboxes come online real fast when they come through out of the tent, so you gotta watch out for that. This guy decided to bone rush me. I don't know what that was about. Could have thrown that axe, you know. A little more small pocket of farm here. Anything over 3,000 would have been fine, but it doesn't hurt to have some extra. And unfortunately, Sorsha's the least interesting boss in the game. She really is just a DPS race. If you have the health, you just sit here and hit her over and over again. If you try to fight her, honestly, it's a disaster. She will own your face. We can't figure out, short of sitting inside her sword's hitbox like that, how to what am I trying to say? To efficiently attack her without taking damage. So here, this is in the movie, the sled scene. It's a good end of, instead of the boss giving you the money, he's like, you gotta get it on the slope on the way down. This is canon. This happened. They never do say how Willow got loose in that situation. So this stage is special. You get to pick who you're going to go with. We're going to choose Willow here because it's easier. At this point, Willow really starts to become a monster. This next shop in particular, we get the time magic coming up. This is also our introduction to the trolls, which I just kind of been referring to as Tokies because that's what they remind me of. They spit little green balls. If anybody's ever played Toki, another arcade platformer. Sure, we take time magic. I'm going to take 1 point of shield here. I don't know why I was feeling nervous or whatever, but so now our full charge releases this time stop magic. I think it's probably about 2 seconds. But 2 seconds is enough. Pretty much destroy everything. They'll do it right here. Firewall is done. That's cool. So this is a nice little section. Goes inside. Actually, the music in this game is pretty good too. Last stage and this stage in particular. So here I'm just like out DPSing this guy pushing this cart. And what you're supposed to do for the most part is the time magic. Stop time, then attack. They come in on both sides a little faster in the hardest dips than they do in normal. But it's not that big a difference. Really, most things in the game are the same. It's really just some additional boss patterns, which honestly make the bosses more interesting. And maybe some additional spawns, like on the cart, stage 2. Like there's a lot more stuff flying at you. But other than that, the game is more or less the same. So here I think it's the explosion magic we take. It sends out like attacks on both sides, but I'm going to use the lightning bullet here because I can just walk down these platforms. Will is pretty much unstoppable at this point. Like so ridiculously overpowered. Then you can jump this gap, but I wanted to show that you could get through it by freezing time. It's not, you don't take any damage as long as the time freeze is active. And so here, this level's Tiras Lane, so just like in the movie, we have to face off against the two-headed dragon. This would be way harder with Mad Mardigan. So here I'm using the moon attack because it does the most straightforward damage. And then when I start to get openings here, I'm starting to try to do it now. Try to get that explosive attack in. I'm really trying not to get hit by fire. So it just kind of drops like napalm on top of them. It just does ridiculous damage. But yeah, it was a really good shot right there. It took a couple hits for it though. One head down. This is the only time I really use this attack with any, consistency. There's one more spell for Willow after this in the next stage. Also broken. Alright, so this stage, we start as Mad Mardigan, and then the second half of the stage will be Willow. And I have to think about how much damage I'm taking and what my life looks like, especially after the Kale fight, which is the end of Mad Mardigan's section, because they share a life bar. So if I take a bunch of damage before it's Willow's turn, he's already at a disadvantage coming into his part of the stage. So I just took an arrow here, not a great start. But this is really just patience and proper spacing. Don't rush in. If you can get them through the wall, do it. For whatever reason, I decided I didn't want that chest. And then after the first door, each room has multiple doors. And it's the whole choose the right door to continue or go back type of thing. So you have to learn the route. It's really simple, but it may take a few credits to get through it the first time. To learn it. Not much to buy in this shop. Just that health that I was missing. We got some, what do they call it? Yoko blocks from like Mega Man. Something like that. I can't remember what you call them. Yoku? I don't. Anyway, they come out different times. Try not to get shot. Try not. So here I'll jump too early onto this next one. And yep, totally miss. Here we take the first door again. Continue on. Deal with some Castlevania spike traps, which I'm all about. You could put classic Castlevania tropes in my games. I'm fine with that. Because at this point, Marty's pretty overpowered too, as you can see. I could just pretty much just slash through just about anything. And that charge attack has huge range now. Again, we take the first door. So you followed me, right? That's three times in the first door. It's real hard to figure out. Next up is Kale, so I'm gonna stock up on everything. There's one more short section here. Just incredible damage output on his sword strike. Of the 4 doors, we want the top right one. It's the only door that really differs in the whole maze. So now we face off against General Kale. And he's a pushover. He takes so much damage, it doesn't even matter. We're so overpowered. I've never lost to this guy. I can see how fast he went down. We get this great shot. And then off to Willow. So Willow's got to climb the staircase up to the tower for his face-off against Bavmorda. I'm going to use a bunch of different stuff here. General charge shots, the occasional flash attack, whatever I get away with. Try to lose as little health as possible. So we'll get our final magic upgrade here, crystal magic. This creates a barrier, and anything that's in the perimeter of that barrier takes damage, and it also cancels out projectiles. Other runs I've watched, people skip this shop and go all the way to the top first because they want all that upgrade stuff at the very tippy top. I have a really hard time getting up this section, this point, without having this crystal magic in the first place. So I don't even know why you would care to do it backwards, because it just seems unnecessary. You're already so strong. Some of these are like really thin jumps, like it takes like your max jump height or jump distance to just grab a ledge, and so it forces you to learn how to climb efficiently. Because the first time up, you're going to miss ledge grabs constantly, and that timer is going to look scarier and scarier. You're going to take damage. You're going to get frustrated. Like here, yeah, I'd take a little bit of damage, but I have so much in the tank, I don't even care. I'm always anticipating the attacks. There's one here. Got lucky and dodged that one. Then 2 more up. There's another one here. I happened to jump into a guy. And we're pretty much at the top now. Get this guy. So this shop up here doesn't offer any of those additional upgrades. So people will come up here and then go down below. Grab all the shield stuff, climb back up. You have to be really fast. Like I only have 30 seconds left on the clock going in. Alright, here we are, Bavmorda. So she does this spinny particle attack. She starts shooting these at you. They're not too hard to dodge. Just combination of jumps, squats, and high jumps. Just pull this off until she decides to fly. And here I'm just going to try and get a tornado rhythm going. She's got a couple more hits here. She's going to go back over the other side of the screen. And she's going to bring the cistern to life, which happens in the movie. Pretty cool. And there's a couple more shots. Like it's really, for a last boss, it wasn't, once you learn what's going on, it's not that scary. If you get here with any kind of resources, you're fine. The true last boss of this game is the stage 2 cart. That's the true last boss. Anyway, super cool game. You know, it's still harder than your average console platformer. There's those teeth again. I'd recommend it to just about anybody. I just decided, yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna walk off now, let it play. Anyway, thanks for checking it out. Hope you enjoy. Go play it. Give it a whirl. Give it more than a couple credits. Learn how to play it a little bit. That first couple stages seems daunting, but once you get over that, it's not bad. Peace.
Willow and Mad Martigan bravely fought to defeat the evil Queen Bavmorda. Darkness has given way to a world of peace and happiness. Willow of Good, a great sorcerer. Mad Martigan, a brave warrior. Their names will live on forever.